Your Taskforce report is finally out. How are you feeling?
George, thanks so much for speaking with me. It's really great to your report out for the public to read and see what we've been up to for the last 6.
Can you describe some of the key recommendations in your report?
Absolutely. So, as you would be aware, I'm a year aware from people listening to this. I'm Sarah aware, the Minister for the NDIS, the Honourable Bill Shorten MP, asked the task force to consider a recommendation made by an NDIS review around introducing registration of providers. And so, if I've done a detailed inquiry into that recommendation and put forward recommendations and advice to the Minister and provide a registration scheme and also a worker registration scheme.
One of the concerns that people had before the advice came down was that people would be forced to use registered providers. Is that still the case based on your report, Natalie?
Yeah, so that was certainly a concern that people shared with the task minister and Logan. I acknowledge the deep distress and concern that people had at that thought to have to use specific providers. And that meant really worrying for them. You know, a lot of people with disability and their families have spent a long time getting their supports to work for them and creating innovative solutions that meet their unique and specific daily needs. And so any proposed policy shift that would disrupt them with understandably very concerning and cause great distress. We have recommended that all providers should not be registered as it is currently defined under the NDIS Act, and instead there should be an approach to registration that reflects a risk proportionate model that also facilitates people with disability on the NDIS to be able to buy goods and services that meet their disability-related support needs without there being a need for those providers to be registered.
That is a real relief for a lot of us across the community. You recommend a new category of participants, and in your framework you talk about a self-directed category. What does that mean, and how is self-direction different from self-management?
As a self-direction, you're right, is a new category of registration being proposed by the task force, but as many of your listeners would know, it's not a new concept at all. To people with disability and their families and people with disability self-direct their supports and have done for a very long time before the NDIS and after. A really important way in which we realise the human rights of people with disability, where they're able to direct what their support is and who they have providing that support. So, in our view, the view of the task force, it was really important that we recognised that through the registration scheme, the risk was, George, that if we didn't recognise it, that it would be ignored or not seen by government, but also by other people with disability who might want to explore that option in their lives. And so it's a really important moment, in my view, for Australians with disabilities to be able to learn more about self-direction and also for those currently doing it to be able to be seen and have a place in the proposed reforms. You raise a good point about what is the difference between self-management and self-direction. I know that it sounds like semantics, but it really isn't. They are entirely different concepts. Self-management is a concept that is really coined by NDIS Act and is specifically referring to the financial management of NDIS plans, where a person may be self-managed, plan managed, or agency managed, whereas self-direction really refers to the way in which people manage their supports. So it's then the way in which a person with a disability engages their supports. Usually it's about support workers and daily living, but it can also be other supports such as community access or social participation. And when they are able to engage those supports and manage them in a way that's self-managed, then that is self-direction, and it's important to recognise that.
That's very interesting, very helpful. Thank you, Nat. I'd like to go a bit deeper though into that and ask what will be the requirements and also the freedoms of people who are registered for self-directed support? What would that look like in practical terms?
So some of the practical terms we have suggested that government should work with people that self-direct their supports to ensure that it is operationalised and implemented in a way that works. During the Taskforce have a pretty limited amount of time to speak with people and to really get into the depths with how they value about self-management, self-direction. Oh my gosh, it's easy to split those terms. But so we have a pretty limited amount of time. The average read and everything it back. Suffice to say though, it looked quite different for different people. And we anticipate, but certainly anticipate that it would be very seamless. It would be efficient. It would be nice and understandable, and it would not prevent people from doing and read managing their supports. Definitely the actual practical mechanisms need to be worked out, but we've shared with the minister that our advice to him is that it would be efficient, quick, easy, and a supportive environment, and not hold things up. Once a participant is registered to self-direct their supports, then they can go and self-direct nothing. So they are able to continue likely what they're doing now. Or if they don't self-direct now, then they can, invest into that concept of managing supports and allow them more to them.
So essentially what you're recommending is that the person themselves, or their nominee or their family member, that they register with the commission, and then from then on they can use the providers that suit them. Is that right?
That's right. So one of the key issues that the Taskforce wanted to solve was creating visibility that adds value to people's lives and to quality, safety and services. And so found that visibility could be achieved in multiple ways. And that can be done, obviously, to provide a registration. And we've recommended a number of categories of allowing registration. Those could be created through having participants register and then they answered what they need while still being visible, which is...
You've recommended a working registration team and a training and qualification framework. How would that work for people who want to choose providers or workers who don't have a qualification or who might not be registered?
Sure. So certainly we found that there is significant work that is to be done around ensuring the quality of workers, but also the transparency and visibility of the workforce. And so an introduction of the worker registration scheme is put forward, but it is put forward at a very high level, and much more work needs to be done between the community sector and the government to be able to frame that in a way that, as you say, meets the needs of of lots of different experiences and lots of different people. Certainly consistent with our advice overall. We would not like to see a worker registration scheme limit the choice of people, but certainly we do want to create that visibility, but we also want to see it uplift in the quality of services provided by workers. And so a worker registration scheme offers an opportunity for that to be explored.
Thanks, Matt. There'll be people across the country reading your report as we speak. Do you have any words for them that you'd like to share before we wrap up?
I really encourage people to read it in their own time and to change their idea. As we said at the outset, the proposed provider registration, and when it was put forward by the NDIS review, created a lot of concern and distress. But also, as the Taskforce continued our work, we acknowledge that discussion on the way that people manage their supports is very unnerving and can create great distress in people. So I really encourage people to just take their time and look after themselves. The report's not going anywhere. It's going to be on the website for some time to come. And so there's no rush. We're also now waiting for the government to provide their response. So if it takes a little bit of extra time for people to get to it, that's okay. You're not going to miss this too much in the next little while. But I would also encourage people to read the advice to the minister as a starting point, as a point when we have made recommendations that require further design and further input from people with disability and the disability community and the provider sector and other key stakeholders. And so, it is a really, I think, an important milestone, but it's not the end game. And, there's lots more to come. And so here, I really encourage people to read it in that vein.
Natalie, thank you for your incredibly hard work and the hard work of the task force. Your report is very thoughtful. It elevates the importance of self-directed support, and I thank you for that. And like you, I look forward to the minister's response and hope that he hears your very loud advice that people with disabilities want to be in control of our support. Thank you, Natalie.
Thanks so much, Meg.